Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to discuss about debilitated Mercury, and we will learn that what are the results that this particular alignment gives in anyone's horoscope. So far we have discussed about the exaltation and debilitation of Sun, Moon and Mars, and the exaltation of Mercury. If you have not watched the previous videos, you can watch that in the playlist of the channel. So today let's start about the debilitation of Mercury, and let's know that what kind of results this particular alignment gives. First of all, let us know the sign in which Mercury is debilitated. Mercury is considered to be debilitated in the sign of Pisces, and the deepest debilitation point for Mercury occurs at 15 degrees Pisces. At 15 degrees, Mercury has the maximum debilitation in Pisces zodiac sign. And the reason why Mercury is debilitated in the sign of Pisces is because Mercury is all about intelligence, Mercury is all about logic, Mercury is all about your memory. And hence Mercury feels in this zodiac sign a bit isolated, in a bit state of confusion, because what is Pisces? Pisces is your subconscious mind, Pisces is your imagination and creativity. So Mercury represents logic and Pisces doesn't represent logic. So Mercury is feeling here a bit isolated. So here Mercury is not being practical, and Mercury is all about practicality because logic functions on the basis of practicality. So here Mercury is not able to find that logic. Mercury is not able to comprehend with his intelligence. So that is why Mercury feels debilitated in this sign. The most uncomfortable sign for Mercury is Pisces, and hence Mercury feels debilitated in this particular zodiac sign. So what will be the results when Mercury gets debilitated? First of all, let's know what is Pisces. Pisces is the natural zodiac sign of the 12th house, and it signifies spirituality, imagination, creativity, emotions, arts. It signifies the movement at the deepest level. It signifies your deep emotions. Pisces represents your subconscious mind. It represents peace and silence, because at the deepest, at the seabed of the ocean, because Pisces represents the seabed of the ocean. At the seabed there is the pin drop silence. So that's why Pisces represents peace and silence. Pisces represents philanthropy. And what is Mercury? Mercury is your intelligence. Mercury is your memory power. Mercury is your logical ability, practicality. Mercury represents communication, media, all these things. So Mercury is a quick planet. Mercury represents flexibility. And when Mercury comes into this particular zodiac sign, first of all, the people who have this particular alignment in their horoscopes, it is being seen that this particular alignment decreases the realistic approach and logical ability of the person, and on the other hand it drastically increases the creativity and imagination of the person. So the people who have this particular alignment, their creativity and imagination will be of par excellence, but their ability to comprehend with reality, their realistic approach and logical ability will be far more reduced, because Mercury is not feeling appropriate in this particular zodiac sign. And Mercury is what? Mercury is knowledge. So Mercury is a planet. It acquires the nature of the zodiac sign in which it sits. So Mercury here is knowledge. Mercury is knowledge. So Mercury finds knowledge of related to the Pisces zodiac sign, which is creativity and imagination, but it lacks its original self, which is dealing with reality and dealing with reality with logic. And the results we are talking about here, I would like to make you a note here that the results which I am telling you right now of debilitated Mercury are only applicable when Mercury is debilitated purely. It is not undergoing Neech Bhanga Raj Yoga. If Mercury is going under Neech Bhanga Raj Yoga in your horoscope, then these results will not be applicable in your horoscope, first of all. So move ahead only when your Mercury is not undergoing Neech Bhanga Raj Yoga, because in that case Mercury will be totally different. It will give the results in a completely different manner. So let's move ahead and talk about further results also. So first, then these people who have Mercury debilitated, these people are very daydreamers. Their creativity and imagination is very good, but they are daydreamers. They do not deal with reality because their logical ability is reduced to comprehend with reality. That ability is reduced. That's why they always want to live in their own world. And this hence makes a person a procrastinator. They just focus on tomorrow, that they will take today's task and they will say, I will do it again in tomorrow. So their habit of procrastination occurs due to this particular alignment. Then this also shows that these people will be very good creative writers, because maximum fantasy writers are seen with this alignment, because creativity and imagination is there. Mercury is what? Writing. Mercury is writing ability. So you will see many creative artists or very good fantasy writers with this particular alignment. Then further, this also shows that since Mercury is knowledge, so these people will be intelligent. This does not mean that their intelligence will be reduced. Since Mercury represents your intelligence and memory power, this does not mean that their memory power will be reduced or their intelligence will be reduced. No, they are very intelligent and they have good memory power. But their knowledge and intelligence is more sort of diverted towards learning things related to spirituality, related to occult science, like people who are studying ancient texts, who study Vedas, are seen through this particular alignment, because Mercury here is in the sign of Jupiter. Hence these people have wisdom, because Jupiter, and for this particular alignment you have to see the condition of Jupiter, because Jupiter is the giver of wisdom. Jupiter is the giver of divine knowledge. So if Jupiter is well placed, these people will be very good, will be having very good knowledge and wisdom of ancient text, of spirituality, of spiritual text, of occult science. So these people are seen with this particular people who have this alignment are seen with their knowledge in these sectors. Then this also shows that these people will not feel very comfortable when they have to deal with reality, because they are creative and they are imaginative, they are having that kind of emotions, but when it comes to deal with reality, the approach is not there. These people will find uncomfortable and isolated when they have to deal with reality, because the reality functions with logic and these people are lacking that. I am not saying that they are dumb, they are very intelligent, but that common sense and that logic is missing. So these people find themselves into trouble when they have to deal with reality. So for example, if they are writing something creative, if they are doing something creative, it's very good, but when they have to deal with reality, like they have to pay their bills, they have to buy something, they have to sell something, that is the time when they feel uncomfortable in doing that, because that requires logic, that requires your experience, that requires reality. So these people feel uncomfortable in such situations. Then this also shows, this type of Mercury shows that these people can be very good teachers, because Mercury is itself education and it is sitting in the sign of education, and the ruler of this particular zodiac sign Pisces is Jupiter, which again symbolizes wisdom and education. So these people are very good educators, very good teachers. You will see many professors or many teachers with this particular alignment. because this gives them urge to learn and to impart their learning to their students. So these people are very good teachers also. Further, debilitated Mercury, what I have seen maximum times is that this creates problem in skins. For that, you have to check in the other combinations also, other planetary positions also in the horoscope. But in general, I am just telling you in general what happens, that this creates problem in skin problems, because Mercury is your skin. Mercury symbolizes skin. So people who have skin problems or skin disorders can be seen through debilitated Mercury, especially if it is sitting in the third house, or if it is sitting in the first house. Then now these are the results, these are the basic results what debilitated Mercury gives. But there are many people in this world who are having this particular alignment. So this does not mean that the results will be same and common in both of their lives. The results will be different, and the difference point occurs on the basis of the placement of Mercury in a particular house and in particular nakshatra. In Pisces zodiac sign, the 3 nakshatras which are associated with Pisces zodiac sign are Purva Bhadrapad, Uttar Bhadrapad and Revati. So if your debilitated Mercury is sitting in the sign of Purva Bhadrapad, it is having the influence of Jupiter. So these people will be very fickle minded. These people will have a dual approach. Their realistic ability will be far more reduced. They will be daydreamers, and these people will have spiritual wisdom, because your Jupiter symbolizes that. So since Jupiter influence is there will be fickle minded, these will be fickle minded, but their approach will be towards spirituality. But their spiritual awareness comes only after certain efforts in their lives and severe transformations. Further, when this particular planet, debilitated Mercury, is sitting in this nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapad, Saturn influence will be there. So this shows that people will be very adaptable. Person will be very adaptable, will be goal oriented but very secretive, because Saturn represents secrecy. This is the only nakshatra in which here the person will have that kind of realistic approach, how to deal with the things, how to deal with the tricks, how to deal with the marketplace, because Saturn gives them that quality, and Saturn is Mercury's friend also. That's why the things are compensated. These people will be very foresighted, and they will have that kind of calculative mind also, because Saturn is giving them that. Saturn is what? Saturn is reality. Saturn is improving the condition of Mercury here. So these people will be far more able to comprehend with reality, rather than the people who are associated with debilitated Mercury in Purva Bhadrapad or Revati nakshatra. Now the last nakshatra is Revati. This is the best placement for Mercury when it is debilitated, purely debilitated, and this is because this is the own sign of Mercury, and this this is because this is the own nakshatra of Mercury, not sign. So first of all, these people will be having that intelligence towards the spirituality, towards understanding occult science, ancient text, Vedas. Spiritual awareness will be very high. These people will be very creative, very imaginative. Maximum fantasy writers are seen through this alignment. Debilitated Mercury in Revati nakshatra, because their creativity and their imagination is par excellence, is extraordinary. That is why. Now these people will be very good at communication also, because Mercury is in its own nakshatra, and Mercury is what? Communication. Whether it is written or verbal, they will be very good at communication. These people are daydreamers, but because Mercury here is having that extraordinary imagination, so these people are always roaming into their own world. They do not they do not want to live in the reality. They are just continuously thinking about their own daydreams. So this particular alignment makes natives very social also and very spiritual also. So these are the various kinds of results what debilitated Mercury gives when it sits in a particular nakshatra, in a particular house. And you have to check the condition of Jupiter also, because Jupiter is the main planet which is the dispositor of Mercury here. And dispositor, if dispositor is ill placed, then the qualities of Mercury will be compromised. Mercury will not be able to give that amount of results in person's life that it has to give previously. So these are the various things which you have to check, and on the basis of houses and nakshatra, the differences occur in the personalities and the results of the debilitated Mercury or in different people's lives. So this was my view on debilitated Mercury and what happens when Mercury gets debilitated, what kind of results this particular Mercury gives in your horoscope. That's what we have discussed. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below if you want to know more, and for latest updates check on my Facebook and Twitter page also. Otherwise we will meet in the next video. In the next video we will talk about exaltation of Jupiter, which is the main planet in Vedic astrology. So, and what kind of results that the exalted Jupiter gives. So we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.